Hello.
A lot of people say lower your car. I say opposite. You need to raise it.
Straight six. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Fabtown, and the day is upon us. Today, we turbo the Trailblazer, and it really becomes its true and final form, the Trailblazer. This thing should go together pretty quickly. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. Now it's not going to go together for shit, but it should go together pretty decently. Right now, what we're gonna do is get this thing prepped, get the exhaust off so that we can make the up pipe, start clearing out some room. This air box has gotta go. This box on top's gotta go. We gotta get a bunch of shit cleared out so we have room to put our turbo on there. Also need to get the oil pressure line made. And then I was originally gonna intercool this. I don't know if we're gonna do that now. I think we might just make a pipe that goes from turbo into intake and say fuck it. You guys ever watch Monster Garage? This whole project reminded me of Monster Garage. I was like, how much I love that show, and when I was a kid I just wanted to do shit like this. So I'm pretty stoked, honestly. I do have a couple ideas for the oil return. I'm almost thinking that I mount the turbo up above this and then just drill into this oil cap and have it drain back into this. So that's a definite possibility. Or could punch a hole in the side of the oil pan, but then I'm gonna have to drain all the oil. I'll go get more oil, and then hopefully none of the shavings get in there, but a pretty good gamble. Anyways, let's get this thing prepped and get it squared away so that we can start fucking doing shit. Today on Monster Garage, the guys have to create this piece of shit into another piece of shit in less than 8 hours. Oh, and that's the deadline. We have like 8 hours. Yeah. So I went ahead and popped that air box off, and bam! Fucking Spectre performance under here. We were fucking making crazy power already, didn't even know it. Okay, I got the turbo manifold off. That was a fucking complete bitch. We ended up actually removing the windshield sprayer as well. I think we're gonna mount the turbo right about here, like I was saying, pull the hood and have it drain back into the valve cover top of this oil fill. We are gonna have to make like a pretty janky throttle body to turbo setup, and then the oil line's gonna have to come all the way down here. I'm not sure what we're gonna do for the wideband. I did start welding up this. It looks fucking awful. This is what ghetto viral shit is all about. Making crazy over 90, 180 degree bends that go to other bends that go to pie cuts, and yeah, some hella haggard shit. Looks fucking sick to me though. I'm pretty stoked. I really I wanted to do this thing as cheap as possible because it's obviously not gonna stay like this, but for fun and try and see how fast we can do it. I've actually only been here since 6:30. It is now 9 o'clock. I've already got a pretty good start going. We are gonna end up using this HE351. I was originally thinking about using that really nice Precision that showed up the other day, but I think I'm just going to run this and make it work. I do have an idea for this, and the outlet, though, it's going to be pretty bitchin'. All right, guys, I got this pipe all welded up, and I got the turbo mocked up on there, and I think you're gonna be pretty fucking excited. Blam! Oh, Lord. The Trailblazer. This thing's gonna be fucking hilarious. I'm gonna end up having to weld a brace from here to somewhere, and then the oil drain, like I said, is gonna go from the oil drain out of the turbo right into this valve cover. Well, no tapping or drilling of the pan or the oil pan or anything like that. We'll be able to just cut that little return cap wherever I set it, and then put it back on there. What a ridiculous setup. Obviously, this is not going to be permanent. This is just for fun, but I want to go, I'm looking forward to go trying to dyno it. Eric's about to be here, though. He's going to come over and try and set up the tune and everything. Try and get everything squared away so we can actually drive it. It's going to be fucking hilarious. We have progressed. Eric is here.
Greetings.
And as he just mentioned off camera, the Civic battle is fully on. We actually have numbers for the Civic, and they're laughable. It's 200 and something horsepower. Is that what he said?
I think 220.
We're about to crush his hopes and dreams. Ended up making a oil line extension. I found this piece of stainless hard line up in the attic and made this. The oil pressure sensor, I don't think I can zoom in.
To be fair, I think we have the Civic Beat naturally aspirated already, so all we can really do is gauge percentage gains.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I just want to like make choo-choo noises and thrash him.
Right. Well, we'll have plenty of chooch. Painter's tape.
Yeah. We had a little sealing issue on this intake, and we want to keep the honeycomb because, you know, we're all about performance and flow. And
well, you need the air going through the MAF sensor to be straight.
it needs to be diffused.
Correct.
Yeah. Last thing on the list is make some intercooler piping go down to there. The big issue with that is the throttle body is like 3 1/4 inches. So for whatever fucking reason, some asshole somewhere made that. But I actually kind of have an idea. If we heat up that coupler a little bit, you think we can slide it on there? Try and get this coupler on. And we also drill a hole in the cap, and we're gonna go and get some 2-part epoxy and epoxy this in there, and our drain line is pretty much done. Good.
And we already have the computer is reflashed. We got the file pulled with HP tuners, and then I made a couple of changes and already reflashed it, so that's set to go. We're gonna use the stock injectors and see if we max out. They're like 30-pound injectors, so we're gonna be right at the limit on like a 5-pound spring. So we'll see if it out of fuel or not, but hopefully we should be right at the limit.
Diesel whole set turbo for the win.
At very far below the efficiency range of the turbo.
Yeah. Well, and we also have this this sweet setup that goes from 3-inch and pretty much a wall in here because I didn't port any of this into the T3, which is only about this big. So efficiency is not going to be a thing.
We're gonna want to run like 30 pounds, and we're pushing 5. So
it's got this tiny ass little housing and a 4-liter gas motor. It's gonna be like. Yeah. See this? See? Did you see what I did with this Chinese gate? I didn't even use a V-band. I welded it right to the flange.
yeah, well, why not?
Yeah, it's a $50 gate. Like it's a one use thing.
Right, one and done.
One and done. And you can still change the spring, so who cares? You know what? In the pictures, it looks like it has way more room than it does. It's actually pretty tight in there, and unless you deleted like the AC lines and rerouted the coolant lines for the heater, there's not as much room as I would have thought. I think there's more room on like a JZ car, honestly.
Right.
Like more free space to work with.
Well, shout out to Shane Rolfe, because he's winning in the pretty department at this point.
Oh, is that the guy that built that manifold? We'll make something really wicked for this, because if this is like a usable thing, it would be cool to have another one of these that isn't a total pile of shit and have like a pretty decent size turbo on there.
I also want to see how far we can push everything else as far as stock injectors, fuel system. Like if we're good at 5 pounds, then we can Move it up a little bit and see how far we can get, and then obviously address the manifold situation. So
It's hilariously bad. I do have the capability of making some absolute fucking garbage still, so that's good.
all right, so we got the narrowband back in. We're gonna hold off on the wideband for right now. Maybe when we get to the dyno, we'll put the sniffer in and make sure that we're ready. But essentially, we need the narrowband in for the fuel trims to work correctly so that the car will be drivable. And then we'll get the wideband installed later.
Whether or not it reads lean or rich, you could tell whether or not it's gonna be good, pretty much.
Yeah, so basically what we're gonna do is make sure that we get into power enrichment and that we're above what the narrowband is going to be able to read, and then I'm going to add enough fuel to make sure that it's safe. We have the timing adjusted correctly so that it should be totally fine up to 5 pounds, and then I'll just kind of pull fuel a little bit at a time to make sure that we're not knocking, make sure that we're not going too lean, and then I'll just use the feedback from the narrowband sensor to make sure that we're not coming inside of like 12.5, and hopefully all of that still works with the 30-pound injectors that are in here stock.
We clocked the turbo a little bit. We still have to go ahead and epoxy this. When we leave here, we'll head over to AutoZone and get some 2-part epoxy, because this thing pretty much sits in there already. So put some serious epoxy on that and it should be good to go.
And we have this set up still with the stock MAF sensor. This is an 06 Trailblazer, so it needs to run on the MAF sensor. HP Tuners has not released an operating system that allows us to switch to MAP sensor only. So right now we're limited to the MAF sensor, which should be totally fine for right now.
It's alive! It's alive! So I think when we started it up just now before we were on camera, it was making this awful tinging noise. And what I think it is, dude, I think there was little pieces of slag in the pipe and they blew up out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just sitting there going ding 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 ding.
It sounded like an empty aerosol can with something rattling inside of it, but it's cleared out. So
it's good. It's good. It's way good. All right. Fun.
it's gonna be zippy.
Zippy. It's really good. It's really good. It's everything that I ever wanted it to be. It is just, that's pure enjoyment right there. That's hilarious. It's like, oh my god, it's gonna be a good day. So we were wondering how we were gonna, seal this up, but this is obviously what you do. You just create a zip tie collar, and then where's she going? She ain't go. Dude, that's tight as fuck. Way good. Not under pressure. It's just draining a little bit. Good.
Yeah, it's not going to move.
It's done. Done. Realistically, that is not the worst thing on here. That down there is still the abortion. This is scientific.
So far everything's working. The factory O2 sensor is still working, even though you broke the connector when it came off.
That's not my fault.
The MAF is reading a little bit choppy at idle. I don't know if that was because the MAF sensor was bad already.
I don't think it ever was good. So,
or if it's because of our immaculate engineering here. I don't know if we have any like airflow chopping through because of this tape. We might want to upgrade our tape a little bit, but it's fine once we have good airflow.
I'd get in this and drive this to Vegas right now.
I would go smash on it right now.
Well, let's do it. Let's go smash on it.
So I just feel like it doesn't matter how well it works, as long as it looks good. That's what's important.
Can you just hold that for a second? Oh, you know, let's just admit it. The zip tie ring of fire did not hold up. As unfortunate as that is, so the only logical thing was to leave the valve cover on and drill the valve cover out. So see how much of this little debris got in there, but it's gonna be fine. Watch, it runs for 200,000 miles again. It actually sounds kind of sick. It sounds a lot like a JZ to me. All right, we're heading up to Emmett to the dyno day. This thing's fucking hilarious. We got tons of looks already. I'm excited to totally be a meme. So let's see if we can make it up there without getting arrested. We got that oil drain all squared away, and Eric went ahead and tuned it. So I think we're good to go. We're also gonna be rolling up there with JP. He's gonna be bringing his JZX up there, and yeah, should be a good time. Should be a good time. That trip, bro.
We have to add an addendum to the chemtrails video.
Oh God. So we made it.
Yeah, we have arrived.
This thing drove 1 hour on the highway. It did not grenade.
Right. I was also in a different vehicle, so I wasn't able to data log, so I'm kind of curious what happened there.
I was butt data logging, and it broke up a little bit under some load at one point, but it was actually not too bad. But our concept proving is sound.
Proven.
Yeah.
You have a habit of doing that.
You can turbo it in 7 hours.
Indeed. Now we just need more injector.
Yeah, way more of that down in there.
And if we did it before and after, we may even be down on power right now at 5 pounds, but
I would say off of driving it all the time, I would say it's lost a little bit.
yeah.
But the hilarity is well worth the value to me. So we're gonna go throw it on the dyno and then see how much power it doesn't make.
Probably gonna run into loading it up on the dyno. We'll probably have an issue with spark, I would imagine, since we don't know how old the plugs are and we haven't pulled them and gapped them at all. So
they're most likely 230,000 mile plugs.
I would say they probably have at least 100,000 miles on them. Who knows?
It's just time to see how much less power it makes.
Yes.
I just wish we knew what it made before, but whatever.
It sounds retarded.
Yeah, it does.
All right, I can't get it to stop shifting, so Eric's gonna give it a try. See if he can get it. He's a lot more experienced dyno operator than I will ever be, so. What do you think of overall sound though, impression? It sounds
quite loud.
Pretty retarded. Yeah. Oh dude, 80 horsepower, dude. Oh, 192.
70, 80, 80 miles.
Got it that time. Like, the fact that I drove it 80 miles and then it ran on the dyno and didn't explode just now that's a huge win.
Yeah, like it's an accomplishment. The fact that it produces over 150 horsepower.
I guess. It's still slower than Braden's Civic. Didn't make what I thought.
No. Well, if you look, looks like it could probably use a degree or two.
But you can't put any more timing in it because the injectors are 130% duty cycle, so. Yeah. Speed limiter eliminated.
Sweet. See how this goes.
It's gonna make a whopping 200.
Depends on how lean it is.
It's lean as fuck. We don't even have a wideband. We're guessing. We're like, yeah, it's pretty lean. No, I don't think so. I was too busy laughing maniacally.
I didn't see him either.
Oh, fucking funny, dude.
We definitely need to get some fresh plugs and gap it down because it's getting very upset about misfires.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
No, that's what I'm saying. When I was under load uphill, it was like not thrilled.
Random misfire, cylinder 4 misfire.
You can see it in the graph.
Like, blah, 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 blah.
So, proof of concept spinning.
Now I can do as fast as I want.
We survived Dyno Day. Shout out to Gap Tuning. Letting us just barge in here and do this. Everything works.
Yeah.
So
78. Everything works.
now all we need to do is add more injector so we can get some fuel and we get the wideband in, get hooked up to the laptop, and turn up the boost.
That's gonna be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Thanks, big shout out to Gap Tuning. Thanks for letting us up here and do probably more runs than we paid for. And yeah, what an experience. And proof of concept, like you said, works. So now we just send her home to mama.
Jets, Jay-Z, 90 ways to break your neck. Close enough, watch your step. Slam dunk and rip the net. Chillin' on my private Laker, standing O up in my set. Michael Scott with the paper, midnight level with the threat. Militant with the beat, left, left, right, left. I don't know what you've been told, but they all fucking with the best. No more fabricating lies, 30,000 in the sky. Mach 2 to the room, I'm an A, she open wide. Sipping coffee, no cream. 120 down the street. 11,000 with the heat. Turn the fuck up, bout to melt some steel beams. Sipping coffee, no cream. I'm already too sweet. 11,000 with the heat. Turn the fuck up, watch me melt some steel beams.